Whoa, Framber is the color of my energy. Framber Valdez. It's a joke. All right, let's just step into the on deck circle.
You're listening to the DFS On Deck podcast, brought to you by LineStar App, the top-rated DFS tool set and #1 companion for DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo Daily Fantasy. Go LineStar Premium now at LineStarApp.com. Now, here are your hosts, fantasy baseball experts Joe Pisapia and KC Bubba.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and welcome to On Deck right here on the LineStar app. It is me, it is Casey Bubba, and it's you, and we're talking all things MLB DFS. I know what you're thinking. Where were you guys yesterday? Well, we had some incredible technical difficulties that were beyond our control, unfortunately, but everything is better now. We're good. I feel like Han Solo in New Hope, where everything's fine now. Everything's good. How are you, Bubba? How are you?
I am doing great, Joe. It's great to hear your voice this time. It's beautiful. Glad you're doing well. It was a shame because Framber, your boy, the color of your voice was awesome yesterday. So that was good. And it was just another night of home runs all over the place. So it's a wild time of baseball.
It sure was. And Friday, we got a lot of games here to get to. It's a fun Friday on the program. And remind everybody, too, yesterday, the DFS show came out for the pre-snap. Today, the wagering show drops as well, so keep an eye out for that. Make sure you subscribe to the Pre-Snap podcast. And by the way, shout out to Dan and Eric because the new images here for the pod, I don't know if you noticed or not yesterday, but they're sexy with the baseball and the football thing going on there. We're stepping up our game here at LineStar.
As they say, Joe, we might be moving on up. So it's very good stuff there. I like the images are very, very slick. Very good stuff. And apparently there's more to come.
I know. I love that. That was a great tease. There's more to come. Yep. And, that's I like that.
And I'm not teasing the listeners. I'm just teasing the way we got teased. There was more to come.
Yeah. So guys, look, we're just middle teasers. That's all we are. We're just middlemen teasers. That's what we do. All right, let's fly through yesterday because I know we got a lot of games to get to tonight. So Red Sox 5-3 over the Marlins. Nate Eovaldi got a win. So anything can happen in life. We also had the White Sox beat the Twins 4-3. And they clinched their first playoff postseason berth since 2008. Congratulations. Yes, I know everybody makes the playoffs. I get it. But still, Bubba, that's pretty cool. And the White Sox were a team we were very much on when we started here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm just going to hopefully I've said it like the third week of the season. Give me Padres and White Sox. Let all the fun begin. And we're getting closer to possibly having that happen.
I'm just still bummed that Kopech opted out because, man, that would have been fun. Like, it would have been really fun to have him
throwing 100 up there.
Yeah, just coming out throwing bullets out of the bullpen for like 2 innings, maybe. Oh, in the playoff.
That'd be great.
So good. The Yankees scored 10 more runs because that's what the Yankees do. 5 home run inning yesterday. So yowza. So how about that? 10-7. Tanaka gets the W there. Chapman gets his third save. The Mets 10-6 over the Phillies. So the Mets actually, we were kind of talking about this, who's going to get more wins the rest of the week, the Mets or the Jets and Giants. Well, the Mets have set the bar at 2. So
so we can push. There's a push and play.
I think the Mets have this one locked up. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, they do.
But, for more information on NFL, listen to the pre-snap. Let's move on here. 5-1 Pirates over the Cardinals. You also had the Indians 10-3. Shane Bieber gets his 8th win. The ERA is at 1.74. Garrett Cole had a run like this that was this dominant last year, and Bieber's that guy. I mean, it's his award. Just give it to him already. I mean, what more does this guy have to do, right?
Yeah, no, it's his. And the crazy part was he was at like 117 pitches before he went out for the last inning and gave up 3 runs. So in theory, he should have gone like 7 shutout. They should have pulled him. But he's just been so dominant. The strikeouts are there every time out. The ratios, it's his award. If he doesn't get it, man, it's gonna be worse than the year that Porcello beat Verlander.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Jose Ramirez homered twice in that one on his birthday too. Happy birthday, Jose Ramirez. We talked about
J-Ram birthday.
We talked about Framber Valdez, or at least sang about him in the beginning of the show. 2-1 over the Rangers. 11 strikeouts for Framber, continues to be good. Outstanding. I love it. I just love it. It's good. The Rays 10-6, trying to keep up with the Yankees there, and the Dodgers 9-3 over the Rockies in Colorado. Corey Seager homered, had 3 hits, and Edwin Rios went deep as well. So That was yesterday, and it was a shorter slate anyway. So if we had to have a screw up day where something technically went, and just so everybody knows, the technical thing that went wrong was in the middle of Bubba and I recording for no reason at all. I ended up having to call the director of technology for the network that I work for TV. And I said, you got to help me because I got to be on TV in 2 hours too. And I can't figure out how this works, what's going on here, why it went wrong. And he said, I've been doing this 20 years. I don't know why it's not working either. So when eventually he got it to work, and he said, I've never seen anything like that before. So I'm special, Bubba, but I think everybody knew that already.
But we knew that a long time ago, Joe. That's why we call you Joey P.
It's because it's easier for me because I'm special. Okay. So that was yesterday. Today's a new day. Yes, it is. And we actually have a couple games here in the afternoon. You have Eflin and Robbie Ray in Buffalo with the Phillies and the Blue Jays. You have Carlos Martinez and Trevor Williams in Pittsburgh with the Cardinals. You also have, another game you can't use. So I guess you can. You just don't know who's pitching yet. Washington at Miami. So are we just punting on those games and just heading to the main slate today, Bubba?
I'd prefer the main slate. The only disappointment is we could target Robbie Ray with Toronto and Buffalo, and then in Washington, Miami, it's Fetty versus Sixto. So we missed a Sixto start. Yeah, but I'm going to probably pass on the 3 games.
I don't like to miss the Sixto start, man.
Yes.
I don't like to miss it.
The spiciest Sixto Sanchez.
Yes. Oh, he's so good. He's rookie of the year, right? I mean,
I don't know, man. If you really want to start breaking it down, there's a handful of guys that have been really good. I think he's well-deserving.
In the National League? Who are you giving it to in the National League?
Maybe in the National League. You might be
right.
No, there's just so many young players that have been getting called up. It's just like, oh, man. Like, I want to sit down and actually look at it all before I start handing that one out. Like, Bieber's easy.
In the American League, it's tougher.
Yes, much tougher.
National League, I don't know. I think it's him. Gonsolin, I guess you could start to, like, make some K4. But
maybe
not Gavin Lux.
no, that didn't pan out so well.
Yeah, that was the big favorite. I think it was like a 2-1 almost on FanDuel, I want to say, going into the year on the wagering side. And I was looking at it, I was like, well, that's kind of boring. Well, I'm not going to wager that. There's no money to be made in that one. So if you had Luke Voigt in the home run contest, though,
goodness,
man, lead the league in home runs, you might be doing pretty good with that. I'm sure that was like a 50-1. I'd have to go back and look at it, something like that. All right, so let's get after it. Let's start with 7:00. The Mets and the Braves. Max Fried back on the mound tonight. He is 9K over on FanDuel. Steven Matz is 5.9. Matz is 6.4 on DK, 9.8 over on FanDuel. So you throwing Max Fried right back out there, or are you just hitting the pause button, wait and see how long he goes in this one before you start investing again?
I'm leaning much more heavily on the pause button. Like, I'm just concerned with the weird injury. If you want to go into GPP, sure, I get it. But I'm going to kind of pass on this one and kind of see what they're going to do with him, because they have goals of making the playoffs, so they shouldn't be wanting to like go too bad. Just get them some innings, get them back, get them ready for next weekend.
Yeah, I tend to agree. There's nothing wrong with going. I'm going to fade the Mets, though, just to the off chance. So I'm going to pause on them, too, just because I don't trust them. However, I understand there's some Oppo love there. I'm just not going to get into it. Marcelo Ozuna at 4.9 on DK is expensive, but a decent play against Mats for sure if you just want to cherry pick, as is Adam Duvall at 4.5. Those two guys over on the FanDuel side. 3.9 for Ozuna, 3K for Duvall. Home run upside, definitely against Steven Matz. Anything else to add in this one?
The only other thing is Austin Riley's 26 on FanDuel if you want to pop that one in for value.
All right, let's go to the next game here. We got Zach Plesac at 10.4 against Michael Fulmer. So what's the chuckles that one there? Chuckles? What's so funny? Because Plesac is 8.5 on DK. Is that why?
Yes, they've done it again. They've done it again. Just play him on DK. Just
chuckling in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they just call me Chuckles. Don't worry about it. I got my paint on. You just can't see it.
All right, Chuckles. So give us the skinny here. Are you playing him on FanDuel or just on DK as a paired arm?
Just on DK right now. Like, you can go on, but there's a guy $300 cheaper on FanDuel that I'll be targeting against Baltimore. But on DK at $8,500, you rock and roll with that one in cash. And GPP, he's going to be extremely high owned, but for good reason. Strikeout upside through the roof against the Tigers. I will play Plesac at $8,500 all day long.
Right, Jose Ramirez is hot, so he's 5.3K over on DK if you want to get into that. But look, the savings you get on Plesac on DK, there you go. There's your Jose Ramirez if you want to keep rolling with him. He's 3.8 over on FanDuel. Not a terrible price for sure. but definitely doable there. And it's funny, Lindor's is it just me, or is Lindor just having kind of like a very quiet season? Like, I feel like we talk about Jose Ramirez, we talk about Franmil, we talk about the pitchers, but I feel like Lindor is just kind of slipping through the cracks here in 2020.
No, you're 100% correct. And they all kind of have, like, J. Ram's obviously the hottest of the group, but the Indians as a whole, they're priced up every night. We have high expectations for them every night, and there's kind of like ho-humming it through the season. They'll go off maybe once or twice a week, and the rest of the week they just kind of do nothing. And Lindor is that guy. Like, he had a big game a couple nights ago in Chicago, but then he really can't remember the last time he had a big game other than that. So it's frustrating, to say the least, when you try to attack these guys in matchups like tonight where you really want to against Michael Fulmer.
Especially because they've had games against the Tigers, the Royals, the Pirates, like games where you would think there would be bigger moments for him, and it hasn't happened, or them overall even. So all right, so we're going to fade away from Detroit if we like Plesac. I mean, at 10.4, Plesac is not impossible either, just because it's a really good matchup. So, if it's very highly owned on DK and not on FanDuel, I don't think it's a bad return for Plesac on there. Jonathan Stever of the White Sox. The White Sox are taking a day off. Boys, we made the playoffs.
Yep.
Taking a day off here against the Cincinnati Reds, and I don't blame them. They deserve it. It's been a long season, so I kind of actually wonder, keep an eye on this, because this could be one of those things, you clinch a playoff berth, you give everybody a day off kind of thing, and that would not shock me if you saw some guys out of this lineup. So just keep an eye out for that. That's all I'm saying, everybody. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there might be a couple little adjustments, giving guys just a little breather, because this has been a very, very heavy sprint kind of a season for everyone. The values here on the board clearly. You got Robert at 4.2 on DK. You got Encarnacion at 3.9. Everybody else is going to be pretty expensive. Aloy's 4.8. FanDuel, much easier to get involved in. Grandal is 2.9 if he's playing. Encarnacion, 2.9. Robert, 3.5. Aloy, 3.7. And Abreu at the top with 3.9. And then Anderson at 4.1. Very expensive, always at the top. Your thoughts on the White Sox tonight? Is that a good investment in your eyes?
If they're in the lineup, like you said, it's a big if. They're a great investment. I've seen our boy TJ Anton is most likely starting. FanDuel has Tyler Mahle.
You mean Tahei Antone?
Tahei Antone. My bad. My bad. But yeah, if he's on the bump, you got to like the White Sox quite a bit. But yeah, make sure they're in the lineup. That'll be interesting, because part of me says they get the day off. Part of me says they want to make sure they lock in the Central Division and get that higher seeding. So that's the only good thing about all these playoff teams. You want to finish high, so you're not stuck playing like the Twins in the first round. All
right, get your pocketbook out, get your purse ready. Where's your coin purse? Get it out there, because you got the Yankees and Red Sox in Boston. Just go, just do it, just do it. Yep. Look, I mean, the Yankees lineup is just out of control right now. Luke Voigt's at 4.3, Stanton's at 3.8, Hicks is 3.2, LeMahieu's at 4.2. So you have to pay for everybody, including Aaron Judge potentially as well. So, the rich are getting richer here at the right time. What's funny to me is actually there's some value on DK that you don't usually see. You got Hicks at 3.6, Stanton at 4.3, a little bit of value there. Torres at 3.9. You got to pay up for Voit at 5.3.
3.9 is very nice.
3.9 is very nice. So I'm in on the Yankees tonight. Or do you want to take any game stack and go to the other side of this game with anything with Boston against Jordan Montgomery? Because, Verdugo has good numbers against lefties. Devers hits everybody. At this point, it's another loss. It feels like a lost season for JD Martinez. He's even worse than Lindor. At least Lindor gives you a night, JD's been tough.
Yeah, it's been very, very tough. Very, very tough. So, yeah, Verdugo and Devers, I don't mind bringing it back with the other guy be Bobby Dahlbeck. He's 37 on DK, and for some reason can't read and find him on FanDuel. But he's very, very affordable.
Bobby Dahlbeck can't find. He's 3.3,
33. Yeah. So
I just wanted to. I want to see how long it was going to take you. I was letting you hang out there a little bit, just a little.
But Dahlbeck power wise in a GPP, I can see it. I mainly want the Yankees though. Like you said, bring your pocketbook because they're expensive, but my goodness, they're worth it.
Yeah, but on DK, you could totally make it work because we already threw.
I love Gleyber Torres at 39.
Oh yeah, but where's the pitching saving? Don't worry, we'll get to it. 9.7 for Glass now on DK is not terrible either, especially in this matchup against the Orioles. I actually really like this one. I think it's actually a very fair pricing that he's still not a double-digit pitcher. He is on FanDuel. He's 10.1. I don't love this game from an offensive standpoint because I always struggle with the Rays as an offense. I'll cherry pick here and there when a guy is hot. Other than that, I just like the pitchers one off. Is that your plan as well, or do you see something here you like with the Rays?
Couple things. I love Tyler Glasnow tonight. I kind of go with him over Plesac on FanDuel for $300 cheaper. And then on DK, I want a Glass Now Plesac combo. That's what I want. Plesac or Glass Now struck out 13 Orioles last time he faced him. So he'll give up runs. He'll be stressful. He strikes out a ton. The main bat I want in Tampa Bay, like you could stack against Cobb. I get it. And they can be stressful. But on FanDuel, Austin Meadows is 29. He's day-to-day. Nate Lowe's been hitting in the middle of the order and crushing it. He's 29 on FanDuel, 29 on DraftKings. Extreme value tonight. If you want to get Yankees, Nate Lowe, especially on DraftKings, he's first base and third base eligible. So opens up a lot of flexibility at $2,900.
All right, next one here. You've got Danny Duffy against Adrian Hauser. Duffy hasn't pitched in a while. If I'm looking, oh no, he did. He pitched on the 9th. I'm sorry, 5 2/3 innings against the Indians, 4 walks, 4 hits, 4 Ks, and that sounds like Danny Duffy to me. The Milwaukee's another one of these enigmas, right? Like they're stone cold, and then they get hot for 2 days, and they go stone cold again. So how do you attack this one, if at all?
Yeah, I don't want a ton. Keston here is heating up. He's your boy, 51 on DK, 37 on FanDuel. I don't mind him. And then Ryan Braun, really matching lefties and kind of streaking at the moment. So I wouldn't mind him. He's 36 on DK, 29 on FanDuel. Those would be kind of the values I'd be looking at. I don't want to go all in. Like Avisel Garcia hits lefties well, but I'll pass. Braun and here are my main options there. And then Mondesi still only 27 on FanDuel and 42 on DraftKings against Hauser, who gives up hit to lefties left and right.
All right, this next one here, if you want to get away from the Plesac ownership, then you're probably going to like Zach Gallen tonight because obviously he's great. The matchup is tough because he's going up against Greinke. So Greinke's 10.1, Zach Gallen's 9.5. It's the battle of the Zachs, one with a K, one with nothing, just a C. I mean, I don't know who does that. No H, no C, no K.
He leaves the Ks on the diamond.
Oh, boo. Zach Greinke at 9.5 on FanDuel, Gallen at 9.7. So to me, this is your multi-entry. Like you have the Glass Now Plesac or the whatever that is, and then you change it out a little bit to get a little different with Gallen in there, and you move things around a little bit. That to me would be the approach on DK. And on FanDuel, look, I mean, Gallen has a good chance to go out there and beat anybody even given night. The problem is the offense. So I guess here's the question: do you take that chance at all with Gallen and the strikeouts and just take the good secondary numbers, or do you think that you stay away from it because they're going against Greinke and the Astros? It's doubly because it's Greinke. If this was a back of the rotation, this is your Queedy or somebody like that, I wouldn't even give it pause. But I give it pause because it's Greinke.
Yeah, 100%. It's Greinke. This is like a 4 outcome game we talk about all the time. Gallen's been kind of roughed up his last 2 starts, so we got to wonder where his headspace is at. I'm going to probably just pass on this one just because I can see it going so many ways, and mainly facing Greinke makes things very difficult.
All right, we've also got the again, because of the 2 pitchers, let's not spend too much time on the offense here. That's just not enough to get involved, especially when you have Colorado on the slate and Ryan Castellani, who is basically thumbed his nose at us the entire season. I mean, if there's one guy that kind of stuck it to us every time, we're like, oh, let's go against Castellani. He's making his first start. Oh, let's go against Castellani. He's making his first start in Coors. Every time we try to troll this guy, he sticks it up our butt. So you know what? I'm done trolling him. I'm not going to do it anymore. So good on you, Ryan Castellani. Okay. You proved us wrong. What more do you want? What do you want to pay up for in this game? How do you want to approach it? Because obviously some very big names, very expensive on both sides. How do you cherry pick it? How do you stack it, if at all?
Well, Betts is obvious, but Corey Seager, I like quite a bit. 42 on FanDuel, 53 on DK. If you want some value in this one's kind of more where I'm looking, like Ryan McMahon's very affordable on both sides. But the main one who's been in the lineup lately is Edwin Rios. He's 31 on FanDuel, 34 on DK. He can open up some flexibility, get you a nice cheap option. Raimel Tapia is 34 on DK, 32 on FanDuel. So I want to get like the cheaper pieces in this game and spend up like with the Yankees because I do want exposure here. Castellani, yes, he's thumbed his nose at us. I agree, but he can be hit. And then with the Dodgers, watch for news today because Mitch White's starting, but he's only thrown 1 inning this year. So there's going to be a lot of bullpen. Maybe see who's coming in after him.
Once again, another guy that sounds like he's created in one of those create a player things on like MLB The Show or something. Oh, it's Mitch White. He's like, I'm going to generate a new season with new rookies. And there you go. There you get these guys. By the way, also, Nolan Arenado, there's 3.9 over on FanDuel. I can't believe there's not a 4 in front of him. That's really weird.
That is interesting. Yep.
So just throwing that out there. You know what? I mean, that's like a $300 savings or so on him, maybe even $400. Nolan Arenado on FanDuel tonight. Book it. Do it. In fact, you know what? I think we might have to mention him a little later on in the program. That's what I think. He might pop up. I'm just saying. Kyle Hendricks at home, where Bubba always likes him, 9.3 against Rich Hill and the Twins. My problem is this is the same price we just talked about guys like Gallen and some other guys. I know Kyle Hendricks has been very good at home, but is it good enough against the Twins for you to get invested? Because some of the other names we mentioned here are around that same price and don't have nearly as tough of a lineup to face.
Yeah, no, I'll be passing on Hendricks. I do love him at home, but facing the Twins, when I can have other options elsewhere, I will pass. Like if you're multi-entering, sure, don't miss out on a little Hendricks, but I'll be passing on Kyle Hendricks tonight.
Yeah, me too. He is 9K on DK if you want to get involved there, but I'm with Bubba. I kind of stay away from that. Wes Benjamin, another like just made up name against Jaime Barria tonight, the Angels. You want to get involved in this one offensively, Bub?
You definitely can look at the Angels. Jared Walsh still stinking affordable.
Crazy,
He's 4K on DK, 31 on FanDuel. That's like just too good of a price tag still for what he's doing. Other than that, I'm not like massively in love because these teams are so inconsistent. I kind of actually think Barria, if you're looking for a super punt on DK as a $6,500 pitcher, I could see it because the strikeout upside versus the Rangers is always there.
All right, let's go to the next one here and talk about the A's and the Giants. Giants got Logan Webb on the mound, Chris Bassett at 7.8 over on FanDuel. I wish Bassett had more strikeout appeal. That's always where I have pause with him because he's had a pretty good season. He's 8.1 on DK. Again, I don't understand it. If you can get Plesac for 8 something for 8.4, why do you want Chris Bassett for 8.1? So am I wrong here, or is this, I don't know, is this just that easy, right?
It's that easy, yeah. You take Plesac every time in that.
All right, so you got Brandon Belt at 3.5, Flores at 3.7 in the middle of that order. Yastrzemski at 5.1. Those are the DK prices for them. And Solano at 3.8 over on the FanDuel side of things. You've got Solano at just 2.8, Brandon Belt at just 2.8, Wilmer Flores at just 2.9, Dickerson 2.8. So they're just like begging you. They're just begging you. And I know Bassett's been good, and I want to give him some credit this year. But still, they're just begging you to get Giants in your lineup yet again.
Yeah, I'm not thinking like a full stack's in there because Bassett's been good, but you mentioned too much pitch to contact makes it kind of intriguing. And when you can get like a Dickerson Belt, even 1-2 punch there at that price tag, it's hard not to have a little late night action with the Giants.
Yeah, dude, I agree. You got to do it. And look, on the other side of this game too, Matt Olson at 3.8. Again, it's what do we say every day about him. Also, Marcus Simeon's been better lately. So I think it might be time to get back into the Marcus Simeon business a little bit. 3.5 for him over on FanDuel. It's better than the 4.5 for him on DK. So it's another guy if you want to get a guy at the top of the order, good situation, good run potential and whatnot. And last but not least, Chris Paddock at 8.2 on FanDuel against Yusei Kikuchi and the Mariners 7.9. So the Pods and Mariners are going to lock up at 940. You got Paddock at 8.8 against Kikuchi at 6.6 on the DraftKings side of this. Now, here's a question for you with Chris Paddock and the Padres. They've obviously had a really good season. Where are you at with him? Because it's been a while since we had a really good Chris Paddock outing. Let's be honest. I mean, the guy has not broken double-digit points in his last 3 outings.
Yeah, no, Paddock's a guy I've been fading all year. I faded him going into the year. I was not a Paddock fan from what I've seen, and I'm still not. I'm not usually attacking him often. I probably should be more. The Mariners offense doesn't really do it for me, but if you want to get weird late night, there's lots of Seattle value, and I wouldn't be shocked if they get to Paddock.
What are you talking, like the Ty France kind of or Terens kind of value?
Ty France, returning to face his San Diego compadres. That could be interesting. Kyle Seager's
compadres.
Kyle Seager's
nice.
always in play.
I see what you did there.
I'll be here all night.
Boy, you just had a kid, and the dad jokes are just flowing. It's like so natural.
Yeah, Bogman made fun of me before I had a kid about dad jokes. At least I have an excuse now.
Yeah, you had to have a kid. Otherwise, you just look like a fool if you keep making these jokes.
Which I've been told my whole life. Kyle Lewis, Kyle Seager, and Dylan Moore all come into play. They're a little more pricey than I like when the Giants are $400 cheaper tonight, but maybe a super multi-entry thing because I'm not a Paddock fan and I think there's something wrong. And I wouldn't be shocked that the Mariners got to him.
All right, fair enough. So here's a question for you. Are you more apt to go heavy in the Dodgers and Rockies tonight or more apt to go heavy in, let's say, the Yankees lineup tonight?
Same thing I was telling people yesterday. Give me the Yankees all day because the Moths fly to Coors Field. The ownership even showed it yesterday. Yankees are low owned compared to Coors. I know Coors is great. The pitching matchup sucks. But give me the hottest team in baseball and the Yankees against Martin Perez with the short porch in Fenway. You know, the wall's high, I get it, but it's a short porch. They're going to have some fun tonight, and I'll take the Yankees.
All right. It's that time again, boys and girls. It's time to call our shot. Bubba and I are each going to pick somebody to leave the yard tonight, and you can win some free stuff. So go over to LineStar App on Twitter, follow us, retweet the segment, and give us your home run call, and you could win a chance to get some free swag courtesy of the LineStar App. Tonight, I am going with Nolan Arenado, who is oddly priced on FanDuel. It's like they're begging me to do it. 3.9, really? In Colorado against a guy who's pitched one inning before? What? No. Give me Nolan Arenado tonight. Go in yard. How about you, Bubba? Who's your pick to click?
Yeah, I got your value home run for you right here. He's 39 on DK, 3K on FanDuel. This one's for you, Joey P. Give me some Gleyber Torres going deep tonight.
Yeah, I like it. I got your value right here. Hey, how you doing?
I got your value right here in Gleyber Torres.
You want your value? I got your. I'm going to leave you wherever I find you. Remember, it's a good expression. I just like that expression. So there you go. Gleyber Torres for him. Nolan Arenado for me. LineStar for everyone. Go get that LineStar app and upgrade to the premium product and start winning. Best optimizer, best tools out there, and they're only getting better. And that's not a tease. It's just the truth. So, Bubba, you can follow him on Twitter as well at Casey Bubba. You can follow me at Joe Pisapia 17. It's been a fun week of shows. We've got one more week in us here of baseball before you turn the page to the regular season, but that doesn't mean NFL is not going again. Go get that pre-snap podcast over there. So when you're done listening here, just go right over, get the pre-snap. Same feed over at LineStar. You can listen to it anywhere. iHeart, iTunes, Stitcher, Google, anywhere you get your podcast. You get the wagering show on Friday. The DFS show came out yesterday with the preview for the weekend. So go get in on that while the getting's good. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. There's nothing left for us to do now except step out of the on-deck circle and into the batter's box and go yard. We'll see you next time, kids.
You've been listening to the DFS On Deck podcast, brought to you by LineStar. Hit subscribe, tell a friend, and stay tuned for the next episode from fantasy baseball experts Joe Pisapia and KC Bubba.